Let's get right into it. Number 8, the validation trap. You open a chatbot. You explain your frustration. It responds calmly. It understands. It affirms. And that feels good. But here's what 2025 research started highlighting. Most AI systems are designed to be agreeable, supportive, non-confrontational, which means if you bring a distorted belief, everyone secretly hates me, the response might gently validate your feelings without strongly challenging the belief. Over time, this can create a psychological echo chamber. Your brain loves validation. It reduces cognitive dissonance. It lowers stress. But growth often requires friction. If your thoughts are never meaningfully challenged, emotional resilience can weaken. Comfort becomes the default. Correction becomes rare. Number 7, parasocial attachment. Humans anthropomorphize easily. We name our cars. We yell at printers. So of course we assign personality to AI. When a chatbot remembers your preferences, mirrors your tone, and responds instantly, your brain registers it as social presence. Oxytocin pathways activate. Dopamine fires. It feels like connection. Recent studies in 2025 and 2026 describe this as synthetic intimacy. Users report feeling more understood by AI than by people in their lives. And here's the paradox. The more emotionally safe the AI feels, the more effort real relationships seem to require. Real people interrupt, misread tone, get defensive. AI rarely does. That contrast can slowly shift attachment patterns. Number 6, the loneliness paradox. Many people turn to AI to reduce loneliness, and in the short term, it works. Immediate response, no rejection, no awkwardness. But longitudinal research from institutions like MIT and University of Oxford found something unsettling. Heavy users, especially those engaging with voice-based AI, often reported increased loneliness over time. Why? Because AI can simulate connection, but it doesn't expand your social network. It doesn't introduce unpredictability. It doesn't create shared memories. It can become what researchers metaphorically call a bridge to nowhere. It feels like movement toward connection, but it doesn't necessarily reconnect you to humans, and your brain still craves humans. Number 5, cognitive offloading. AI can summarize, analyze, brainstorm, decide, which is efficient, but there's a psychological side effect called cognitive offloading when you outsource thinking to an external system. The more frequently you rely on AI to structure your thoughts, the less often you practice deep reasoning independently. It's not about becoming less intelligent, it's about reduced cognitive friction. Critical thinking is like muscle. It strengthens with effort. When AI consistently removes the struggle, your tolerance for mental strain can shrink. Some 2026 behavioral reports describe this as mental muscle atrophy. Not dramatic, not immediate, but gradual. Convenience subtly reshapes capability. Number 4, AI dependence anxiety. Professionals using AI in high-stakes environments, like healthcare or law, report something interesting. They feel anxious both using it and not using it. If they rely on AI output, they worry it might be wrong. If they ignore it, they worry they missed something important. This creates a new kind of decision fatigue. You're no longer just evaluating your own judgment, you're evaluating your judgment against a machine's suggestion. That comparison layer increases cognitive load, and chronic cognitive load increases stress. Number 3, diminished attention depth. Chatbots operate in rapid cycles: ask, respond, refine, repeat. That fast feedback loop conditions your brain to expect immediate processing. Over time, slower activities, long books, deep conversations, extended focus can feel unusually demanding. Researchers are beginning to link heavy chatbot interaction patterns with attention fragmentation similar to short-form social media consumption. Fast interaction trains fast thinking, but depth requires slowness. If everything becomes optimized for speed, patience becomes harder to access. Number 2, serious mental health risks for vulnerable users. This is where the double-edged sword becomes sharper. Clinical case reports from 2026 documented instances where AI interactions unintentionally reinforced delusions in users experiencing psychosis. If someone expresses paranoid beliefs, an overly neutral or supportive response can be interpreted as confirmation. There are also patterns resembling behavioral addiction. Some users report distress when separated from AI access, irritability, anxiety, compulsive checking. And then there's sycophancy risk. Because AI is designed to be supportive, it can accidentally validate harmful behaviors in vulnerable users. For example, reinforcing disordered eating logic instead of escalating toward crisis resources. The system doesn't intend harm, but statistical language generation is not the same as clinical judgment. Number 1. Technological folie à deux. Researchers recently coined a striking phrase, technological folie à deux. Traditionally, folie à deux describes a shared delusion between two people. Applied to AI, it refers to a reinforcing loop where a user's false belief and the AI's responses amplify each other. If you treat AI as a truth teller or emotional authority rather than a probabilistic tool, the psychological consequences can compound. The danger isn't that AI thinks, it's that we assume it knows. Now, here's the balance. When used intentionally, AI chatbots can lower the barrier to support. For people with social anxiety, they provide a low-risk space to practice communication. Some 2025 findings show person-centered AI responses can temporarily reduce cortisol during acute stress. It can de-escalate, clarify, assist. The psychological outcome depends on one variable: agency. Are you using AI as a supplement to human connection and independent thought, or as a substitute? AI doesn't remove your psychology, it amplifies it. And the more aware you are of how it shapes your attachment, attention, and thinking patterns, the less likely you are to be shaped unconsciously. That's all for today. I'll be making more videos like this. Stick around if you want to understand how technology rewires the mind before it quietly rewires yours.